So here's our repaired and painted nice shiny rims now, very nice. Let that paint go off nice and hard, then I'll get the tyres put back on. There's some other bits that was all painted in that box down there. And then I've started doing a bit of work on the seat, so I've removed some old crap. There was a plate on here, like bird shitted on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that circle bit there. Then I'm going to graft in a new piece of steel, which is one there. I've just marked out the holes and the square for the middle, and I shall cut those out and then dig that in there so as it's perfect, and then grind it off so you can't see it. Then there's another plate the same which will go underneath to give it a bit more strength. I think that's what they had originally. Another plate under there, but she's a bit dog shit other than that. But once I cut all that rubbish out, she'll be lovely. Paint that seat and get that on the tractor and all. So I got the dashboard on the other day because I was impatient, and the seat spring, and I've done the oil seals, and that's the top of the old leather ones cut off and bonded on, so it looks original. Just got to touch up the paint like that. One thing I did notice that someone's cut these off before, so I don't know why they were cut off. Well, I do know why they were cut off, to get the seals over, so otherwise they wouldn't come off, but someone's done it before, so no foul in it. There you go. Right, so there's my bit of plate, and I've marked up on there already my holes, so I'm going to wedge them through. Try not to spin it round, don't I? Needs to be up a ton of weight, don't it? I just hate it when they move, bastards. I'm just adjusting. So now I've just got to make the other one the same as that. Then I've got to file out the hole in the middle, about 17mm square-ish, something like that. Or 11/16 in imperial, because this is imperial, isn't it? This other one. Saying marvellous. Now I've got two the same, innit? So there's our first one, with a square hole in it now, and a bolt, square bolt, original one, pops in there like that, innit? So here's our seat base, which is a bit wanky, and this is one of the discs I've made, but I might just make this a little bit smaller, because it's bang on the right size for this, but I want to go just inside where it's dimpled there, it kind of dips in. So I'm going to just mark this up and then just trim a little bit off the edge, and then I'll cut out the centre of this seat and I shall stitch that in after I've cut the square in it, obviously, and whatever. But first of all I'm going to make it smaller a little bit. So I'll take about, I don't know, a couple of mil off of the diameter of it, and then we'll stitch it into there and shit. So I've just trimmed that one down with me bench shear a little bit, and I've done the hole in the middle, so there the bolt fits in there, look, lovely. Now all I've got to do is just clean this up a little bit on the linisher, make it a bit more rounder, and then I can mark that on there, cut that out with a plasma cutter, and then pop this in, and it'll be lovely. So that is now nearly round and all shiny and shit, like that. Now I've got a mark on there where the holes are on the original seat to get all this in the right place so it looks original, and then scribe round it, get the plasma cutter, whiz out the hole, clean it up, and then just tack this in next, innit? Probably quite hard to see, but there's now my line I'm going to cut out. So now I'm going to fire up the noisy plasma cutter and compressor and whiz that out. Right, let's give this a crack. That's all the way through. It's out of the way. Hello. Hurry. Now just got to clean them up. So I reckon the best way to clean that hole up is with a nice new square grinding disc. And I might be able to just get it down inside like that and just gently go around. I'll give that a little crack. Except for these buggers, not too noisy. And that. Alright, that's good enough. We get that in there now. Like that. So it goes in now, so all I've got to do is go around and take that in and keep grinding off so it looks nice and tidy. Then we'll be in a good place, won't it? And shit. I've just whacked it in the hole. It's sitting there quite nicely. There's a few gaps here and there, but that's alright. We can fill that in and then grind it off, and then they'll have a nice posh seat. I'll just go and glue this in. Right, so I've got that welded in. The way I did it was just keep tacking like opposite and going round and round and round to try not to distort it too much. Not that it's going to really matter, but yeah. Now I'm just going to grind all that off, both sides, and then I shall make the other plate so it spot welds on. I'll probably prime this first a little bit, and then yeah, spot weld the other side on to sandwich it, and that'll give it a bit more strength, and hopefully it should last a bit longer than the original did, innit? I'll just a little bit more welding them holes, grind that off, a couple more on the back there, and then we'll be halfway there. Right, so now I'm just going to whack some holes around so I can spot weld through. Just going on with this chuck. Safety chuck that is, so the drill can't get you, or just a shit chuck. Random. Right, so there's my holes for my spot welds. They're not exact, but then spot welds aren't, are they? So it's original, don't you know. Now I'm going to go and clean it up, clamp it in place, and I'll spot weld it on. So both them bits are primed on the inside now. All I've got to do is poke them together, put a bolt through, and then spot weld it. In it. There's a spider on my camera. Cameraman spider. Very nice. Right, let's see if I can get this on straight. Bird's nest. I'm being summoned. Right then, here you go. There it is. Let me see if I can zoomulate in. There you go. Nice spot welds all the way around, all nice and even, Stephen. Good penetration through the other side and all that. See that? Very nice. So now I can just give that a final sand up, and that could be primed and painted and then go back on the tractor, can't it? But that saved about $100 or something for a new seat, or maybe more. I'm not sure how much these were. But it's like brand new and stronger. So there. In it. Here you go. Here's the seating primer. Let's go out a bit. That's better. Seats in primer, the bolt, the front steering-y thingy bits. Radiator, the air filter all cleaned and primed, other fronty bit, and the radiator cowl. So more bits all ready to be painted, which I've got mixed up just there, and I'm just going to chuck the paint on now, and that'll be some more bits done, and then tomorrow the seat can go on probably, or the day after, or whenever. I've covered everything up because it was getting a bit of overspray, especially Nellie's engine. She won't be happy about that, will she now? There we have it, some more shite and briny bits. There's a seat, little bolt, nice shite and briny radiator, not brand new. Lovely jubbly, innit? I shall leave them hanging up overnight. I'll have to bring the forklift right in though and lift them up in the air, I think, to dry off a bit. Don't you know what? But that is it for this, I think, for today. And then next will be chucking them bits on, or some of them anyway. Seat at least. I've got to use my tractor to do some tractoring out in the yard there to level off some stuff. So I'm borrowing some gear off of a mate, Robbie. He's lending me a sort of a ploughy thing, I think it is. It's like the grader goes on the back. Hopefully my tyre holds out. Look, it's a bit not very well, is it? It's got a bit of a carbuncle, but that'll be alright. See if this old girl can do some work out in the yard before I take the engine out.